Hey folks, it's Tom and FrugalPrepper. So I had quite a few questions about the troubleshooting methodology on this fuel pump, um, and like questions of: is it a plugged filter? Is it a safety switch? Is it a plug line? So here's the theory of operation behind this fuel pump. It's not like older GMs where it goes up and does a loop through a pressure regulator at the engine and then returns the old fuel down. This pump has a built-in pressure regulation, and it actually sends all of its extra fuel that it doesn't need because it's got enough pressure back through this line back to the tank, and this line goes up to the engine. So even if that line is completely plugged, it still will maintain its pressure, or shouldn't draw any extra current. Um, so the other thing is a fuel filter. This does not have a fuel filter except internal to the fuel pump on the intake side of the pump. If that fuel filter is plugged on the intake side, it will actually make the current lower, not higher. Um, and just, Google what happens when you plug off a vacuum cleaner hose. It draws less current, so doesn't a fuel pump. Because the density of the fluid becomes less, it can't move the fluid, so it spins easier in the fluid. The current goes down. Um, this is the fuel tank pressure sensor. A lot of people asked about that. That has nothing to do with the operation of the pump. Computer clicks the relay, turns the pump on, leaves it on. The fuel tank pressure sensor is only for evaporative emissions. The new pump comes with a new sensor anyway, so I'm not even worried about that. And the safety switch, this does not have one. Most GMs don't. A few do. There are a few. But when they have a safety switch, it shows it in the wiring diagram. This, like most GMs, detects a collision or a rollover from the supplemental inflatable restraint or the body control module, and then the computer knows to shut down the fuel and shut off the engine. So um, that's just how that works. Where Ford puts in a separate inertia switch on a lot of their cars so that it shuts the power off to the pump. Usually you find those in the back corner. You hit the button, or sometimes they're up in the kick panel too. My truck has one up in the kick panel. So, but this does not have an inertia safety switch. It does not have any kind of a line disconnection or anything like that. That's not. Most vehicles don't, but I know a lot of Fords do, and there might be some other weird Euro trash BMW, Mercedes cars that have that too. I don't know, but I don't work on that crap. So, but yeah, that's why I know this fuel pump drawing too many amps is a problem. It should not draw that many amps, even if you're directly powering it, bypassing the computer and all the controls, all the sensors. It should not draw that much power. So that's basically how I know that. This tank's pretty easy to get out. I had to unhook everything and drop it down, and then put it back together, put it up, and got a new set of straps for it because this back strap was broke off. And we're gonna put it back up in there, and they're paying me to replace that passenger window too, so I'll do that probably Wednesday night. So yeah, this is Monday, so try to get this back up in there tonight, make it run, and then swap the computer back, make sure that runs, and then I'll take their core back to the junkyard, which they're going to get a credit for, and then I'll see how much it is or whatever for the side glass. So that's all I got, folks. I'll talk to y'all later. It's Tom, Frugal Prepper.